So first off, I want to show you my JavaScript page working, and then we'll see behind the scenes, and we'll see how we came to get this conclusion. I made a Magic 8 Ball. It's pretty awesome, if I do say so myself. You can ask Magic 8 Balls yes or no questions. Will it rain tomorrow? Got this graphic here. Ask the 8 Ball, and click here for your future. So let's see if it's going to be rainy tomorrow. And then it says, reply hazy, try again, so we'll try again. Yep, yes, it's going to rain tomorrow. So, that's my JavaScript program. Now we can look at the HTML and see what it's got going on. First things first, we can take a look at the HTML on the page. We have H2, text align centered, Magic 8 Ball up here. We have a text input box. It just says, ask your question here. I don't ever fetch the value of this input. I just put it here so people could actually type in their question. It doesn't make a difference. You don't even have to type your question here. You can just click. Then I have a span tag, the slide ID with an image in here. Ball 0. This is the beginning slide here. I don't know if y'all saw it, but I did a bunch of slides to just act like the ball was shaking, like you were shaking it. And then I have a div tag down here. It's blank right now. It says future output. It's right here. It's where the answers show up. Then I have my button down here. The value, click here for your future. And on click, I have a run slideshow function. So we can run back up to the top. Define a variable right here. It's called slideshow. You don't have to give it a value. It just needs to be a global level variable. We'll get to that in a second. Then I have my function, run slideshow. It runs on the click down there from the button. And then first thing I do is I take my future output span tag and I clear it, because if we run it a second time, we don't want it sitting there. We want to clear it out of the way so we can get the next future. Then we take this variable slideshow and we set that equal. This is a set interval function. And what it does is it'll take a function. I just make one right here. I take function. I just defined one. Variable R. This is a math.floor math random times 10. Basically, it takes a number between 1 and 0, multiplies it by 10, and then it'll find the lowest integer on that. So it produces random integers between 1 and 10. And then I have another variable, pictures, which is an array. Start array with these brackets. It's easier than you go new array, and it's just easier for me to define them in brackets. And so I take it. This is the titles. This is the title of the pictures that I have. The pictures that run through the slideshow. Ball 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 10 of them in total. I have them right here. I just take the Magic 8 Ball picture. I take it all out of it, and they're just kind of random. I just kind of move it around the screen to pretend like it's shaking up. You just kind of click it real fast. So that's good. Then and then still within this function, we're going to find that random integer 1 through 10 of our 10 arrays. And then we're going to get element by ID slide, which is the big picture, and we're going to stick in there a different image. We're going to do image source. This / here tells JavaScript to ignore this next quotation mark. So the quotation mark will end up in the HTML because you need it to define what picture you're going to display. So you take that media and then plus pictures, which is the name of my variable here. Pictures at R, which is our random integer, 1 through 10. So a random picture .jpeg, because they're all JPEG files. And again, you put the backslash to get rid of the quotation mark. And then you end the function. Then you put a comma. Then you put what interval you want the function to run. So this function is going to run every 250 milliseconds, which is about a quarter of a second. So it'll run 4 times each second. And it'll do it. It will keep running. There's nothing in here that tells it to stop after X number of times. So we have to do that down here. We have to. This is a new one as well. This is a set timeout. So it tells this set interval function to stop, and you have to tell this a function too. You have to set timeout, define a function real quick. Clear interval slideshow, which is our variable here, and it needs to be a global level variable, the slideshow variable. And then we have this run after 5,000 milliseconds, so that's 5 seconds. So this will be running every quarter of a second. It will execute this function, and then after 5 seconds, the set timeout will kick in, and it will clear the interval of the slideshow. So it'll run, and then after 5 seconds, we will stop it. And then the next part right here, we have the variable future key math floor random. Basically, the random integer 1 through 20 again, because Magic 8 Ball is random. I have another array of just strings. These are different things. These are different things. A Magic 8 Ball might say yes, no, maybe, try again, definitely, most likely, yada yada. And then we save that in future. So we have another array saved in future. And we have future key, which is our random integer 1 through 20. Then we have another one of these set timeout functions because we only want to display our answer after 5 seconds. So we have a set timeout. So after 5 seconds, this function's going to run, and it's going to get the element future output, the inner HTML of the future output, because it's a string, and with future in our array at the random 1 through 10, 20 future key. And then we take, after 5 seconds, we also take our slide, our pictures that are changing, and we set it back to the original. We set it back to the original picture. We got the backslashes in here telling them to ignore the quotation mark. And so that's basically it. It changes pictures 4 times a second for 5 seconds. Random pictures. It takes random pictures in this array for every quarter of a second, 4 or 5 seconds, and then it will display a randomly generated future key out of the future array, and then it will set the slide back to the original Media Ball Zero GIF. Okay, so we can run that one. We can run that one more time, I guess. Firefox. You don't even have to actually type anything here. So the future random pictures, 3, 4, 5 seconds, and then you get your future. You change back to the first slide, and then when we click again, it'll clear this, run through the slides again, and give us another one. Boom, 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 boom. Is it decidedly so? So let's ask it a question. Will I get an A? Boom. Oh, okay. Let's see if it tells us again. Yay! Well, thanks for watching. I hope you learned a little more about these set timeout, set interval, and clear interval functions that run to time JavaScript programs.